Hi, as a part of task 4.9, I would like to answer four interview questions. So I will answer each question first, and then at the end, I will combine the answers all together. So the first question is, if you had two products and had to ask one question of users to determine which they preferred more, what would you ask? So if I have the chance to ask only one question from the user, I would probably focus on how enjoyable is the user experience while using the product, because I believe that with focusing on this in simple words, when we ask users how enjoyable is the use of product for them, we can reveal the overall experience of user using a product. So this way we can see, because when users, when they don't have that much friction points while using an app, when they don't need to think that much to do a task or finish a job while using an application, and if they like it visually, and if they like the interface, if they can interact better and it's more smoothly and more clearly with the product, so at the end they enjoy using the product. So by asking this kind of question, a general question about the overall joy of user while using the app, we can reveal this, and I believe that this way we can see which product is more preferred by user. Okay, so the second question is, how do you evaluate a design? Okay, so to answer this question, it's important to know that if this design is for an actual live product which is working at the moment, or if it's a design of a prototype which is getting ready to develop and to be released. So if it's for an actual live product which is already in the market, it's important to see to research and see how the product is doing basically in the market. So are users happy with the product or not? So what the numbers are saying, I mean, what's the measurements, if the number of active users are increasing or decreasing, because this can show that how the product is doing in the market, and this can reveal the basically if the design is a successful design or not successful design. So based on these numbers, based on the number of active users, daily active users, we can see that if the design is is a successful design or not. But if it's about a prototype, and if it's about a prototype which is getting ready to develop and be implemented and go to the market, so first of all, as a designer, we need to do heuristic evaluation. We need to try to spot the friction points, the problems, basically viewing the glass of every kind of or every possible user, and trying to see the product and application from the eye of the different users with different abilities, and see if we can spot the problems or friction points, and then actually put the prototype or the product into testing with usability testing. So this way we can really evaluate, we can see how the potential users are interacting with the product, and if they can do the jobs and do the task, and if they can navigate through the app easily, if they have any friction point or problems or errors when they working when they interacting with the product. So this way I believe that with the usability testing, which is the most important method to evaluate a design, we can recognize if a design is a successful design or not, or where it needs changes. Okay, so the third question is, what kind of data have you used to validate a design? Okay, to validate a design, it's important to consider every kind of data coming from the usability testing. So if it's either an error, which is very important, coming from the user or tester side, so as a moderator or as a person, as a designer, we should consider all the errors, and we should put the errors using Nielsen scale, put the errors in measurements and see how important is the error. So if it's a usability catastrophe or if it's a major usability problem, these errors must be solved or changed before release of product, because it shows that the product is not usable. And then we have to also consider the observations. So the observation can, with the help of observation, the moderator can see if there was some kind of hesitation or confusion from the tester, and then based on these things we can see or probably can spot some problems or friction points. And also we have to consider the points which are made by users. So negative and positive points both are valuable and must be considered. So these kind of data from the observation, from the points made by a tester, and errors which are occurring during the usability testing, all of them are used to validate the design. Okay, so the fourth question is, are there usability testing methods you already have experience in? If so, explain. Yes, I did in person and remote usability testing with some testers, and I would say that both have advantages and disadvantages. Of course, that in-person moderated in-person testing is to me is more valuable because I can observe and I can monitor the tester better, so I can see and I can focus on the behavior of the tester better than remote, and this way I can get more insights. I mean, I can see if there is any hesitation. I mean, some small things are not really easy to spot when we are doing a remote testing, but it also has some challenges and some disadvantages. And it's about the time management, because the tester and the moderator both need to commute to the testing location, and it takes some time. So probably it's not possible to do the whole testings in one day, and it's a little bit difficult to manage time and to manage the sessions all together, or each one after each one. So it's a bit challenging time-wise. But you can get more insight. So to me is more valuable. But for the remote testing, it's of course it's much easier. Everyone can join the session from their location with their laptop, and it's very important to record the screen and the audio of tester, both for in-person and for remote, because later on it's very important to come back again to the testing and review it for a couple of times. I mean, review and see if we are missing something. I mean, I always try to take some notes for important things during the testing, like errors or some points which are made from the tester. But I cannot always catch everything in a lifetime, so I have to again come back to the testing and review it and listen to the audio and see the screen. It's good to record the tester, the screen, the tester, and the audio all together, and then later on we can review it. But I have used these two methods, in person and remote, and I can say that both have advantages and disadvantages. But to me, in person is better, because I can and I can also make the tester feel more comfortable with my behavior. I mean, when we are in the same location, in the same place, I can relax the environment, and then we can also talk about a little bit off topic to ease the session. That's it. I think both are important and good.